It's great to be back in Greenville with so many proud North Carolina patriots who love our country, support our military, respect our police, honor our flag, and always put America first. We don't put America second. As we gather tonight, our country is being destroyed before our very own eyes. Crime is exploding. Police departments are being ripped apart and defunded. Can you believe that? Is that good politics, defund our police? Number one, it's bad for our country, but think of it, defund our police. You know, I've long said, they're vicious, they're violent, they, in many cases, hate our country, and they have bad policy. Now, the bad news from our standpoint, they stick together. They don't have some of the people like we have, where they go on their own and they do what they have to. They stick together. And that's the one thing they have. They stick together. But their policy is so bad. And we're going to have a tremendous 2022, just like we did, frankly, 2020. Think of it. More votes than any sitting president in the history of the United States, by far. We had a great election. Bad things happened, but we had a great election. But you look at our border is wide open. Illegal immigration is skyrocketing at a level that we've never seen before. And this is over a period of a few months. Drugs are pouring in, gas prices are soaring, our industries are being pillaged by foreign cyber attacks. That's a lack of respect for our country and for our leaders. And speaking of our leaders, they're bowing down to China. America is being demeaned and humiliated on the world stage. Our freedom is being overtaken by left-wing cancel culture. And the Biden administration is pushing toxic, critical race theory and illegal discrimination into our children's schools. Now you tell me, we take this? Joe Biden and the Socialist Democrats are the most radical left-wing administration in history. Even Bernie Sanders can't believe it. Survival of America depends upon our ability to elect Republicans at every level, starting with the midterms next year. We have to get it done. We have to get it done. We have no choice, actually. We have to get it done. Together, we're going to defund our freedoms. We have to stand up for our values, and we're going to take back our country, and we're going to take it back. We can't allow bad things to happen to our country. 2022 is going to be a banner year for North Carolina Republicans. You know, they said this state was, if you look back 10 years ago, Michael, they said this state was finished. It was not going to be a Republican state at all, and they had elected a governor, and it really looked bad. And then these guys, some of them that I just announced, but others also, we all got together, and you've never been in a stronger position. And I think we're going to gain 2 or even 3 U.S. House seats. We're going to take over. If you look over the House, to get rid of Nancy Pelosi. Remember, they stick together on an impeachment hoax. Not one Democrat, not one voted against. Well, actually, we had one that came over to our side, who was a terrific person, actually. Going to lay the groundwork for making sure that Republicans once again carry the great state of North Carolina in a year that I look very much forward to. 2024. And I have to tell you that I have a very special person. You know, she's been, I love my family. I love my family. And he is married to a very special woman, Laura, and I'd like to have her, you know, she was born in this particular state. She loves this particular state. And maybe I'd like to ask Laura Trump to come up and say a few words. Laura, please, come on up.
Okay, my people, can we just start off really quickly, and I'll keep this, and I got to thank all of you because I promised my father-in-law that we would win this state for him, and we won it in 2 elections, so thanks to all of you. But you guys know, I was born and raised in this state. I absolutely love this state today. I love this state so much, I named my daughter Carolina. Okay? Now, you may have heard a rumor that I have been considering possibly running for a Senate seat here in North Carolina. So I have been considering it, and it's a big decision, in case nobody knew. It's a very big deal, and look, it's something I did a lot of soul searching, a lot of thinking, talking with my father-in-law, my parents, my husband, Eric, and because of the values my parents instilled in me, they taught me that when you do something, you give 100%. That is the only way to operate. And because of my two kids who are very young, 1 and 3, Carolina and Luke, it is going to be very hard for me to enter this Senate race right now. But I am saying no for now, not no forever, just so you know. And I came here tonight with my father-in-law because there is a very special person who is going to do an amazing job as your next senator from the state of North Carolina that he is going to announce tonight here in this room. And I can promise you this, just because my name is not on the ballot does not mean I am not fighting every step of the way with you here in North Carolina, because if we're being honest, this is so much bigger than a Senate seat. It's about the future of America.
So thank you. And I've been putting a little pressure. I said, make your decision, please, because we have to pick somebody, a politician, but more importantly, he's somebody that loves the state of North Carolina. He loves the country. But this gentleman is going to be your next senator. He's going to be somebody that you're going to be so proud of. He will fight like hell. And it's Ted Budd. Please come up. Please come up. Please come up, Ted. I am giving him my complete and total endorsement. We're going to work with him. We're going to campaign with him.
Wow, Mr. President, thank you so much. I got here. I was a business guy that never run for office. Mr. President, Laura, this means the world to me. Thank you. But we got a lot of hard work ahead. So let's win this together, and let's get back to making America great again.
The wonderful, that's a lot of media, that's good. Wow. It's hard for them to cancel when you get great ratings, isn't it? You know, it's they may edit that out. They don't want to have that. They don't like that. They may have to edit that out, Ted, but that's okay. They don't like those endorsements. But we've been very, very successful, literally hundreds to 1. Hundreds to 2 in terms of the endorsements and the power of the endorsement, because people respect that I do want to make America great again. We were doing that. We were doing that at a level that nobody's ever seen, and putting America first ahead of China and ahead of all of these countries. And people know that that's where we were. And before the pandemic came into our shores, we were doing numbers. In history, there's never been anything like it. Unemployment for everybody, for every group, everybody was the best it's ever been. We're up to 160 million people. No, we were never even close to a number like that. And then we had this horrible thing come in from China, and we got that one right too, by the way. Do you notice? You see what's going on over the last, it's called the lab. That was an easy one, Wuhan. But you had this horrible problem come in, and like every other country, we went down, and they were saying how well India was. Look how well India is doing. Well, India's not doing too well now, and we've done an incredible job, and most importantly with the vaccine coming up with it, but we've done an incredible job. And the nations of the world should no longer owe money to China. China's destroyed so many nations. The Biden administration has been one shameful and embarrassing foreign policy disaster. Biden cravenly lifted sanctions on Iran. Oh, Iran. Oh, I would have had a deal in 1 week. Plus $1.8 billion in cash. Now they're actually asking for money. They never asked me for money. Look at what's happening with North Korea. Remember when I first came in? We were going to war with North Korea. War is inevitable. Nuclear war we're talking about. And he's pretty well stocked up. And I got along with him. It started off a little rough, but we got along great. I liked him, he liked me, we got along great. And there were no problems. You don't even hear about North Korea. Now you're starting to hear, because he doesn't seem to like Biden very much, and there's nobody to talk to. Kim Jong-un, he's a different kind of a guy. Takes a different kind of a guy to talk to him, too. But I got along with him. We got our allies to pay their fair share. We stood up for our freedoms and for our country. And we stood up to America's adversaries like never before. Nobody's ever done what we've done. I got other countries with NATO to pay. We were paying for NATO. We were paying for NATO. South Korea. I got them to pay hundreds of millions of dollars a year. They hadn't paid for years and years and years anything substantial. And I refused to renew the deal. The deal expired. He knows better than anybody. I said, we're going a month-to-month basis. Do you believe it? We want a 5-year deal. I said, no, because you're not paying us. Why are we protecting you? You took our television business, you built the ships, you built everything. You're making a fortune, and you're not paying us for military protection. And we're protecting you against a very hostile nation. Why? And they were very angry. They're great negotiators. But finally, they agreed to pay hundreds of millions of dollars, and it was because their budget had already been passed. I said, that's okay. But in January, February, we're going to meet, and you're going to pay us $5 billion a year. And they said, no. But eventually, so we didn't renew the deal, and we were going to get billions and billions of dollars from South Korea, who we protect. And they're great. They're wonderful. Everything's wonderful. But we were being taken advantage of. Again. And what happened? They just renewed it for a cost of living increase. Think of it, a cost of living increase. So we've been protecting them for 85 years. And they'll pay if you ask them. Nobody asks. In fact, I said, why are we paying for your military? Because that is the way it has always been.